is week 2 of the ongoing conflict in West Asia after Iranian President Pezeshkian apologized to the neighbouring countries in bearing the brunt almost of the ongoing conflict and making a few promises in the near future. President Donald Trump has also come out with a response. We'll take you through all details, developments trickling in as we speak. First up, the top headlines we're tracking at this hour. Iran's president apologizes to neighbors for conflict after huge explosions rock Tehran airport. Defies US demands for an unconditional surrender, says that dream they should take to their grave. In a post on Truth Social, Donald Trump warned that Iranian officials will be targets in the war till the end, says today Iran will be hit very hard. He called Iran the loser of Middle East. New IDF footage has been accessed. It shows Israeli Air Force fighter jets intercepting an Iranian UAV right before crossing into Israeli territory. Simultaneously, UAE air defenses have intercepted 15 ballistic missiles and 119 UAVs over the last 1 week. Well, first up, we start with this latest comment that has come in from President Donald Trump. He's labeled Tehran as the loser of the Middle East. This after Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian apologized to the neighboring countries for attacks launched during the war with Israel and the United States. Also warned that Iran will be hit very hard today. That's what President Donald Trump has posted on Truth Social. He said Iran, which is being beaten to hell, has apologized and surrendered to its Middle East neighbors and promised it will not shoot at them anymore. This promise was only made because of the relentless US and Israeli attack. But he's also spoken of the United States' end goal here in a way. He says because of Iran's bad behavior, there are areas and groups of people that were not considered for targeting up until this moment. And that is what the plan of action going forward is looking like for the United States. Aman Sharma joins us with more details. Aman, if you could quickly take us through that Truth Social post, which has been taken to social media by President Donald Trump. He has once again made an assertive statement and has, with equal force, responded to Pezeshkian's apology and reassurance as well.
Well, Kritzween, yes, this is the big development today on the US-Iran war front. It first came the news from the Iranian president where he apologized to the Middle East neighbors, saying that we will not attack you if you don't attack us. If the attack doesn't come from your territory, we will no longer attack you. Also apologized for what has happened in the last 3 to 4 days. But responding to that, now Donald Trump has put out a tweet in which he's clearly saying Iran, which is being beaten to hell, has apologized and surrendered to its Middle East neighbors and promised that it will not shoot at them anymore. This promise, Mr. Trump is saying, was only made because of the relentless US and Israeli attack. They were looking to take over and rule the Middle East. It's the first time that Iran has ever lost in thousands of years to surrounding Middle Eastern countries. They have said, thank you, President Trump, you're welcome. Iran is no longer the bully of the Middle East. Instead, they are loser of the Middle East. So Donald Trump clearly upping the ante, not really impressed much by this apology which has been given by the president of Iran. He's clearly saying this apology is coming very, very late. It is coming only after US and Israel have carried out this big strikes against Iran, taken out their ballistic missile capability, taken out their major headquarters. Mr. Trump is also saying that today Iran will be hit very hard. We will hit them till they surrender or completely collapse. So clearly, Kritzween, there doesn't seem to be any scope for a dialogue here. We saw this statement yesterday from Israel that some countries, unspecified countries, have approached Israel for the purpose of, conducting mediation. But clearly, if you see at Trump's tweet now, he's clearly saying that under serious consideration for complete destruction and certain death because of Iran's bad behavior, because of Iran, are areas and groups of people which were not considered for targeting up until this moment in time. So clearly, the US is not stopping. It wants complete surrender from Iran, as Donald Trump had said yesterday as well, completely dismissing the apology given by the Iranian president to their Middle East neighbors.
Yes, that's the US demand, complete surrender. That's what Iran must do, and Iran has rejected that ask. Thank you for that, Aman. We'll keep coming back to you. For now, going across to Sanjay Suri, who joins us live from Tel Aviv in Israel. Militarily speaking, does this assurance equal the response today that you've seen coming from Iran? Has there been any, degradation, let's say, in terms of the Iranian attack directed towards Israel? Or are we still hearing, a lot of alarms, a lot of sirens and missile attacks still, Sanjay?
Well, the attempts to hit Israel are certain to continue. In fact, they are likely to intensify to the extent that Iran has the capacity to launch them. But this offer from Pezeshkian is, of course, aimed at the Arab countries. There is a move now to step back from its earlier policy of attacking US bases in these countries, a declaration that these countries will not be attacked unless an attack comes from there. The first the doubt over this is whether every military unit in place in Iran is going to take this as their command and act in line with it. It's not certain they will. There are some reports of preparations for further attacks from some units in Iran. So we will need a little bit of time before we can determine whether the military units in Iran are indeed acting in line with Pezeshkian's declaration. But clearly, there is a problem here that also Trump is creating for the US in Iran. The kind of language coming in from Trump, of course, is not unfamiliar. It is a rather simplistic Hollywood kind of language, good guy, bad guy. We saw that hyped up video that White House put out. But the consequences are quite serious here, because if this level of attack is going to continue and intensify, and we know that from his post that, as Aman was reminding us, that there will be Iranians and targets hit that have not been hit before. So if the targets are getting widened, then the population affected could be also greater for that reason, either by way of targeting or by way of collateral damage. This is not going to help Iranians rise against this regime and in support of Trump. The anger with the existing regime is not the same thing. It's not synonymous exactly with the love for Trump's bombs or bombs being dropped by Israel. This could damage infrastructure, it could kill people, but it could also damage the aim of Israel and the US.
And by the looks of it, doesn't look like what Donald Trump had expected would happen by now, which is that Iran's military capabilities would be destroyed completely. That doesn't seem to have turned into a reality, which is not good news for Israel either. Sanjay, stay on with us.